I would like to welcome everyone to the webinar entitled How to Have More Success in Life or Business. I hope this webinar will give you insight on how you can have more success in your life or your business. My name is Keith Young of Inner Game Magic, and I am a success and life and business coach. I am certified in performance and accountability coaching and a law of attraction specialist as well. A number of years ago, Dr. Albert Schweitzer was being interviewed, and a reporter asked him, "What is wrong with men today?" The great doctor was silent for a moment and then said, "Men simply do not think." And this is what I want to talk with you about on this webinar and teach you why most people do not have the success they want in their life or their business. Today, we live in a very fast-paced and technological world. This is an era that humanity has looked forward to and dreamed of and worked towards for thousands of years. Now that it is here, we pretty much well take it for granted. We in America are particularly fortunate to live in the richest land that has ever existed on the face of this earth. This is a land of abundant opportunity for everyone. That is, for everyone who wants to seek the opportunity and put in the necessary work in order to succeed. So in this webinar, you will learn just why people do not succeed, your definition of success, as everyone's is different, why society does not want you to succeed, how to create your life rather than living life by default, why you may be sabotaging yourself and all your hard-earned efforts, what your thoughts have to do with your success, what a farmer's field has to do with your subconscious mind, and how you can create any amount of success you want in your life or business. Now, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about some statistics right now. And if you take 100 individuals surveyed at the age of 25, they are all starting even at the age of 25. Do you have any idea what will happen to those men and women by the time they are age 65? Now, each one of these individuals believe at the age of 25 they're going to be successful. If you asked any one of these people at the age of 25 if they wanted to be a success, they would definitely tell you yes, they did. These individuals are eager towards life, and they have that sparkle in their eye and a zest for life to get on with their life, as it seems pretty interesting and like an adventure to them at that age. So let's fast forward 40 years, and these 100 individuals are now age 65. These are scary statistics. 1 out of the 100 will be rich. 4 of them will be financially independent. 5 will still be working. 54 will be broke or needing some type of financial assistance to their daily needs. And 36 will be deceased or dead. So in other words, you have a 90% chance of being dead or broke by age 65. Those are not very good odds in my opinion. Yet those statistics are relevant even in today's age. People accept mediocrity in their life for a number of reasons. So why is it that so many fail? What happened to that sparkle that was there when they were 25? What has become of their dreams and their hopes and their plans? Why is there such a disparity, and a very large disparity, between what these people intended to do and what they actually got accomplished. When we say 5% achieve success, then we have to define success. And here is the best definition that I have been able to find on success. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So just why do most people fail in their life? There are over 25 to 30 million people, maybe even more, over the age of 65 right now, and most of them are broke and dependent on someone else to survive. They are dependent on the government or someone else, maybe their own family, just for life's necessities. So what is the trouble that people have and the reason they do not succeed? In his book, Man's Search for Himself, Rollo May said, the opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice, it is conformity. And there you have the trouble of today, and for most people, it is conformity. People acting like everyone else without knowing why or where they are going. We learn to read by the time we're 7. We learn to make a living by the time we're 25. By that time, we're also supporting a family for a lot of people. Yet by the time we're 65, we have not learned to become financially independent in the richest land that has ever been known? Just why is that? Why have not we learned by age 65 to become financially independent in the richest and wealthiest land that has ever been known? Well, the reason is we conform. The trouble is that people are acting like the wrong percentage group. They're acting like the 95% who do not succeed. So why do these people conform? Well, they really do not know. That's right. These people believe that their lives are shaped by circumstances, by things that have happened to them, by exterior forces. These are outer-directed people. Let me ask you this. Why do you work? Why do you get up in the morning? Do you know that 19 out of 20 people had no idea when asked these two questions? So what is the reason that they do it when asked? And here was the basic answer for most people. Because everyone else is doing it. That is not a good reason to do something. That is why most people in our society today feel unfulfilled and are not happy with their current life. This also reflects businesses as well. People in business are just as lost for the most part, and I'm talking small businesses, but a lot of major businesses as well. They are just as lost for the most part as people who are just trying to find their way in life. So let us get back to the definition of success and who succeeds. The only person who succeeds is the person who is progressively realizing a worthy ideal. They are the person who says, I am going to become this, or I am going to do that. Then they begin to work toward that goal. Everyone has their own definition of success. A success is the school teacher who is teaching school because that is what he or she wants to do. A success is the woman who is a wife and mother because she wanted to become a wife and mother and is doing a good job of it. In fact, probably a great job of it. A success is the entrepreneur who starts his own company because that is his dream. That is what he wanted to do. A success is the salesperson who wants to become a top-notch salesperson and growing with his or her organization. A success is anyone who is doing deliberately a predetermined job because that's what he or she decided to do deliberately. Only 1 out of 20 actually do that. That is why there really is not any competition today unless we create it for ourselves. Instead of competing, all we have to do is create our own lives. You know, I looked for the key for success for a long time. I wanted to know if there was a key which would make the future a promise that we could foretell to a larger extent. Was there a key that would guarantee a person becoming successful if they only knew about it and they knew how to use it? Well, there is such a key, and I did find it. Before I tell you the key, I want to explore a little more why some people succeed and others don't. Why is it that so many people work so hard and honestly without ever achieving anything in particular, and others do not seem to work very hard at all, yet seem to get everything? And here's what I found out. People with goals succeed because they know where they are going. It is that simple. I would like to give you an example of 2 ships. Now, the first ship has a complete voyage mapped out and a plan. The captain and the crew know exactly where the ship is going and exactly how long it will take to get there. In other words, they have a definite goal. Now let us take another ship very similar to the first. Let's not put a crew on it. Let's not put a captain at the helm. Let it give no aiming point. In other words, no goal, no destination. Let's just start up the engines or drop the sails and let it go. Would you agree that if it gets out of the harbor at all, it will either sink or wind up on some deserted beach somewhere or some deserted island and just sit there and rot? It cannot go anyplace because it has no destination, no guide, no plan. And it's the same as a human being. If you don't have goals and know where you are going, then you will let life and circumstances dictate the way your life goes and how your life will turn out. This is creating by default. We are always in a state of creating. But only people with goals really know where they are going, and they have a plan to get there. In fact, most people do not even know how to set goals or create a plan to achieve those goals. Let's get back to the key that I found and the most important point of this whole webinar. If you just get one thing from this webinar, get this next point. So here is not only the key to your success, but also the key to your failure. Are you ready? Write this down. You become what you think about. That's it. You become what you think about. Teachers, wise men, philosophers, prophets have all disagreed on many different things. But there is one thing they all agree upon and are in complete and unanimous agreement. And that one point is, you become what you think about. In fact, the great Roman emperor Marcus Aurelius said, "A man's life is what his thoughts make of it." You become what you think about all day long. If you believe you are a success and have those kind of thoughts, you will become a success. If you don't believe and have doubts that you are a success, then you will not become a success no matter how hard you try. So let's explore why these thoughts are important. You see, we have two minds, as most of you know, a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. Our conscious mind is where we make all our decisions. That's where we actually make a decision about everything. Where our subconscious mind is also called our habitual mind. That is because this is where all of our programming is stored. This controls what we do 90 to 95% of our time. This is where our habits and beliefs are stored. Every thought we have contributes to our beliefs and our habits. That is why our thoughts and the words we use become so very important, because our thoughts and words become our beliefs. Our beliefs then drives the actions we take on a daily basis, because we are on autopilot, functioning from that subconscious mind 90 to 95% of the time. That is why it is so important to pay attention to what beliefs you may be carrying around and discovering what beliefs you may be carrying around. These beliefs start to form at an early age, usually in our childhood, and usually listening and observing our parents. You may have current beliefs that you're carrying over from your childhood that no longer support you and in what you are trying to accomplish in your life or business. You can be doing everything right, but somehow you always self-sabotage each and every time you get close to accomplishing your goal. Why is that? That is because you have beliefs about a certain topic or issue or money or anything else that you're trying to accomplish is one that does not support you. In other words, you are in your comfort zone, and every time you try to go outside of that comfort zone to accomplish anything that you may not have accomplished before, your subconscious mind and those self-limiting beliefs now pulls you back down into that comfort zone without you even knowing it. Let me give you an example also of what a limiting belief does for someone. Now, this is an extreme example, but it gets the point across. Let's say that you want to fly, and someone suggests you start flapping your arms. Yeah, I know. You look at them in a puzzled manner and you tell them they're crazy, they're nuts. So you don't even try to flap your arms to fly because you don't believe you can fly by flapping your arms. Why don't you even try it? Well, it's because you have that belief that you cannot flap your arms and fly. By having that belief, you do not even consider trying to do that to accomplish your goal of flying. Now, I know that's an extreme example, but I think it's a good example because a lot of people don't even try things because they have a belief that they can't accomplish it and will fail. I'd like to talk just a little bit more about your thoughts and why they are so important. Again, remember, a man is what he thinks about all day long. Our thoughts become our beliefs, and our beliefs become our habits, and this is what controls our life and the actions we take. That is why becoming aware of your current thoughts is important. If you don't like what is happening in your life or business, ask yourself what your thoughts are on what you want to achieve or change. Once becoming aware of your thoughts, you then have the conscious decision this is where your conscious mind comes in, to allow that thought or change it into the one that will support you in pursuit of your goals. So let's talk a little bit about self-talk. Self-talk comes in the form of how you talk to yourself, either through your thoughts or even out loud to yourself, or even in the phrases that you talk to people with. It also comes in the form of your discussions with other people, such as the phrases and words we use unintentionally will also lead to self-sabotage. So in this chart that you see on your screen, your self-talk will strengthen or weaken your self-worth. Your self-worth will govern your performance and the results that you get. The results you get encourages self-approval and self-acceptance. And your self-approval and self-acceptance usually dictates your self-talk. So as you can see, this is a circle. And if you have negative self-talk, which means you have doubts about your abilities in yourself, or even trying to get things done, or if you can get things done, will either strengthen or weaken your perception of your self-worth. And this will govern the kind of results, either negative or positive, that you get. These results will either encourage or discourage your self-approval and the acceptance of who you are, either a negative or positive person, either a doer who can get things done or someone who fails constantly. And this in turn will dictate your self-talk as either positive or negative. So do you see the vicious circle this could be? A very simple way of thinking about self-talk is to say it the way you want it. If you are becoming aware of what you are saying and thinking, things that are not the way you want them to be, then it is time to change the way of thinking and saying things. Say it the way you want it. So how do you change self-talk? So here are some tips on how to change your negative self-talk into positive self-talk. Awareness is key. Set an intention every day that you are going to become aware of your thoughts and words that you think and say every single day. And when you become aware of a thought, immediately ask yourself this question: is this moving me toward or away from my goals? If it is a negative thought or words, change it into the thought or word that you want and that will move you towards your goals. Remember, say it like you want it. Now, just doing it one time will not change that inner belief that you have that is causing you to have those negative thoughts and words. Keep repeating the positive and change it into what you want. Always focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. William James once said, "The greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind." And he also said, if you care enough for result, you will almost certainly attain it. If you wish to be rich, you will be rich. You wish to be learned, you will be learned. You wish to be good, you will be good. Only you must then really wish these things, and wish them exclusively, and not wish at the same time 100 other incompatible things just as strongly. So what this is saying is, try to focus on what you really want and not on what you don't want. Because a lot of things and a lot of times we focus on 100 other incompatible things. In other words, they don't align with what we want. And that's where your self-talk comes in, and it gets in the way of us actually focusing on what we really want and accomplishing our goals. So get rid of that self-talk that is leading you away from your goals and your achievements. Now, in the Bible, you will read in Mark 9:23, "If thou cannot believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. And what this is saying is basically stating what the universal law of prosperity and success says in 3 words. Believe and succeed. Our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we often might win by fearing to attempt. So what this is telling us, if we have doubts about something that we might want to accomplish, then oftentimes we create a fear of even trying to attempt it because we feel like we cannot accomplish it and we will fail. Even though this is not true, we perceive it as the truth and we believe it as the truth. So we will not even attempt and know whether we can accomplish it or not. Remember earlier in this webinar I talked about self-sabotage, and that if you believe you cannot flap your arms and fly, you will not even attempt it. This is true about anything in your life, in that we will believe, if we believe we will fail or have a doubt that we can succeed, we usually will not attempt it. This is why there are so many people today with so many regrets about not trying something when they were younger, realizing they had nothing to lose at all back then, and this leads to an unfulfilling life. George Bernard Shaw once said, people always blame circumstances. I do not believe in circumstances. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want, and if they cannot find them, they will create them and make them. Don't forget, we become what we think about. So it stands to reason that a person who is thinking about a concrete and worthwhile goal is going to reach it, because that is what they are thinking about, and we become what we think about. On the other hand, the person who has no goal, who does not know where they are going, and whose thoughts must be there for thoughts of confusion, anxiety, fear, and worry, their life then becomes one of frustration, anxiety, fear, and worry on a daily basis. If they think about nothing, they become nothing, and they just exist. When I was teaching a workshop on this a while back, someone asked me, just how does this work? Just why do we become what we think about? That is a good question. And I love the example I'm about to give you as it parallels our human mind. Let's say a farmer has some land. It is good fertile land. And this land gives the farmers a choice. The farmer makes plans on whatever he wants and chooses to plant in that land. The land does not care what gets planted in it, as it's up to the farmer to make that decision, similar to our thoughts. So let's say the farmer decides to plant corn in this field. He will till the soil and plant seeds of corn in the ground. He waters it, takes care of the land, and fertilizes it. At the end of the growing season, he will harvest his crop and have sweet corn. The very next year, in the same plot of land and in this same field, he plants seeds of nightshade, which is a deadly poison. He does all of the same things as he tills the soil, plants the seeds of nightshade, and he waters it, takes care of the land, and fertilizes it. And at the end of the growing season, he harvests his crop, and he has nightshade. That field did not care what got planted in it, in the same exact field. But it gave the farmer back exactly what the farmer planted in it. What I am doing here is comparing the human mind with this fertile land. Like the land, our mind does not care what gets planted in it, and it will return and give back to you exactly what you plant in it. Does not care one way or the other what you plant in it. Will just give you back what you've planted in it, whether you wanted it or not, whether positive or negative. This is why we become what we think about. So just how do you create the life you really want? First of all, we have to know what we want, otherwise we are creating by default. We either create by default or we create deliberately and intentionally, but we are always in a constant mode of creation. The law of deliberate creation states, that which I give thought to, I begin to attract. That which I give thought to with emotion, I attract more quickly. Now you are probably saying to yourself, this sounds like the law of attraction. Here's the difference between the law of attraction and the law of deliberate creation. The law of attraction is like a boomerang, in that whatever we give out with our energy vibrations, which are our thoughts and our feelings, we will receive back to us. The law of deliberate creation is offering a vibration knowingly and intentionally so that you do not create by default. Do you see the difference between the two there? One is we are just creating our energy vibrations with whatever thoughts and feelings come up, where the law of deliberate creation is we intentionally and knowingly create a vibration for what we want. When you do not apply the law of deliberate creation, you become an observer and you create by default. If you focus on your current reality and give off a vibration, either positive or negative, the law of attraction responds to that vibration and you receive more of the same. Let me give you an example of this. Let us say you are deeply in debt and you are constantly thinking and saying things like, I don't have enough money to pay my bills, or I wish I could afford that, or I wish I could save more money. It's just a lack type of mentality, and you unconsciously offer that vibration that is negative, which is fear or doubt or worry. The law of attraction responds to that negative, I am in debt, or that lack vibration, and as a result, the law of attraction brings you more of what you are vibrating, which is lack and more in debt. You are feeding being a non-deliberate attraction cycle. You are probably not even aware that you are creating by default with these type of thoughts. This is a non-deliberate attraction cycle. Now, when you take yourself out of this and a non-deliberate cycle of creating deliberately and start focusing on what you want in your life and offer a positive vibration, you are then applying the law of deliberate creation. So take yourself out of that non-deliberate cycle of creating and deliberately start focusing on what you want in your life and offer that positive vibration and apply the law of deliberate creation. Now, I teach my clients that anything you desire to manifest already exists in the universe. It is up to you to bring it into reality in your physical world. So just how do you do that? Let's go over some steps to manifest anything you want. First, declare your intention. What is it that you want? Then believe that it is real and already exists. Feel like you already have it. Think about and focus on and pay attention to why you want this. Get your emotions involved. Picture yourself already having this And why do you want this? How will it make your life easier or better? Determine how long it should take for you to manifest this into your reality. And be reasonable about it. If you are completely broke today or just have a couple $1,000s in the bank or less, and you want $1 million tomorrow, that's not an unrealistic goal, it's just an unrealistic time frame. And then focus your mind on being grateful for already having received it. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference if it already exists or not, and will go to work to start to create and manifest this into your world. And do not focus on the absence of what you want. Keep your focus on the creation of what you want. Also, take actions towards your goals. When you receive an inspired thought to take action, take it. Don't wait around. Take it immediately. Do what it takes to get the job done. If it means getting your hands dirty, get your hands dirty. If it means going out of your comfort zone, get out of your comfort zone. Trust the process as the law of deliberate creation enables the manifestation process to unfold. Be patient, in other words. It may not come as fast as you want or wanted it to, but it usually is due to the fact that you may be focusing on having the lack of or not having the belief that you already have it. So take a second look at what you believe and what are your thoughts around there, and be patient. And then take the required steps, and the universe will manifest your intention, guaranteed. So to wrap things up here, I'd like to give you a little recap of what I talked about. I talked about why people do not succeed, and that they all have limiting beliefs that is holding them back, and that society does not really want us to succeed because, in general, society has been trained to work for someone else and to be mediocre at best. We also talked about how you sabotage yourself by not understanding your limiting beliefs, and how to change them into the beliefs that will help you achieve your goals, and even setting goals. We talked about your self-talk and how self-talk can also hold you back from achieving any of your goals. We must become aware of our thoughts, the words we use on a daily basis, and make sure that they are thoughts and words that is leading us towards our goals and not away from it. I also taught you about the farmer's field and what that has to do with your subconscious mind, and that our mind does not care what gets planted in it, but gives us back exactly what we plant in it, whether positive or negative. And lastly, we talked about creating the amount of success you want in your life or business, and creating deliberately rather than creating by default. By using the law of deliberate creation, we can create our ideal life or business anytime we choose to do that. So I hope that you got something out of this webinar on how to succeed in your personal life or business, and how to have more success in either one of them or both of them. And I know it is very difficult to do this on your own, as I struggled for a long time with doing this on my own until I got a coach. To try and learn everything that I talked about tonight usually took years and will take years to learn to the in-depth, let alone trying to implement everything as well. That is why people, in my opinion, should have a coach. And have a coach that is trained in universal laws and also business experience if you have a business. It's able to also help people in their life or their business or both. Now, I have personally been coaching people over 7 years now, helping them set up successful businesses and also helping people overcome life's challenges and creating a life of abundance, prosperity, and joy and happiness. So I would like to tell you about a new program tonight that I am rolling out. Don't worry, I'm not going to go into some long sales pitch here, even though I could, and show you all the benefits of what a good coach can do you, as I think most of you already know what a good coach can do for you. Keep you accountable, help you create a good plan, help you clarify what you exactly want in life and your business as well, creating ideal clients, whatever it is. I think you already know that. What I'm unveiling today is a new, more inexpensive program that you can still get good quality coaching without the higher priced one-on-one personal coaching that I provide for a lot of people. Now, understand, this is not a watered down program by any means, and you will still get that good quality coaching for your life or business and see the results. There's the key word there, is seeing results that you are wanting to see and will make a difference in your life or business. Now, this program was created for people that wanted coaching but did not have a lot of time or money to invest in a personal coach. I saw a need here for a lot of people that wanted coaching but did not usually have the time to spend on the phone with a coach, or maybe the resources, or both. So I created this program, and it is called e-coaching. So if you are looking to have more success in your life or your business, but you do not have a lot of time and you lead a busy life, or maybe you do not currently have the resources and money to have a personal coach, even though you know it could help you achieve your goals, this program may be worth looking at. So if you need help figuring out what you want in your life and where you want to go, if you feel stuck in your life and don't know what is blocking you, if you've been with group programs and now you feel the need maybe for some one-on-one attention, or maybe you feel you got a good handle on things but want just a little bit more guidance and accountability, or maybe you need some help in overcoming some fears that is holding you back, or you're procrastinating getting started, like I said before about your belief. If you don't believe you can accomplish something, you might not even get started and try. Maybe you just need help with losing weight that you haven't been able to lose, or it keeps coming back, or maybe break some bad habits like smoking or whatever it is. Or maybe you've been in business for a while, or maybe you're a new entrepreneur thinking about making money online and need some help trying to figure it out. Maybe you've been in business for a while but feel like there's something that you're missing and needing help figuring out. Maybe you don't seem to be growing at the rate you think you should be growing in your business. Maybe you need some help just getting more clients, or even trying to figure out who your ideal client is. Maybe you just want some more guidance and direction and accountability so you can move your business faster and grow it faster. I can help you with this program in any of those areas. So let me tell you how e-coaching works. When you sign up, you will receive a questionnaire with some brief questions on them. The questionnaire you receive will depend on if you are signing up for life or business coaching. All coaching will be done by email. This way you don't have a set time every day to be on a phone call, or every week to be on a phone call. You can do this at your leisure. You can send me one question per day, Monday through Thursday, so for a total of 4 per week. The content is up to you. This is your program. Only one question per day. So if you send 2, I will answer the first one only. Now, if you miss a day, you cannot make it up. You can't send me 2 the next day. You have to send me one question per day, Monday through Thursday. You can build your library this way of my answers to your questions. Now, I do not coach on Fridays or weekends. And this is an 8-week program. So that is the basics of the program. So I know you are probably asking how much this is going to cost you, as I would probably be asking the same thing. So your total investment for 8 weeks, so that you can have more success in your personal life or your business, is $497 complete. Now that is for the entire 8 weeks. 4 questions per week, total of 32 questions. You can build an extensive library, and even if you don't intend on implementing it now, you can implement it when you can and when you want to. You can also make just one payment of $497 or 2 payments of $250. Now I know some people would charge for extra payments, but I'm just trying to cover my minimal costs and trying to make it as affordable for anyone to be able to get coaching. Now there's also a bonus I would like to throw in with this, because I feel this is very important as well. In addition to sending me a question every week, every day for a week for 8 weeks, I'm going to give you 2 30-minute phone calls with me. That's an hour's worth of phone time with me. And you have to use those 2 calls within that 8 weeks. And I will also record those calls so you have the audios on each of those calls as well. So let me give you a recap here of what you get. So you get 8 weeks of coaching, 32 questions in all. That's 4 per week. All of it is done by email, so you don't have a huge time commitment each week. You get the 2 bonus calls with me, 30 minutes each session. The bonus itself is worth $350, as that is what I charge for those 2 sessions. And you're getting everything. The 8 weeks, 32 questions, the 2 bonus calls, all done by email. You get everything for $497. In fact, here is what I will do. Let me toss this next one up on the screen here. So where can you check out this awesome program? Just go to innergamemagic.com/ecoaching you can get all the details right there. But I'm also going to throw this in as an extra bonus that it's not even on the screen, but I'm going to throw this in as an extra bonus. I record guided meditations for people, on personalized guided meditations on specific issues that they have. I will also record 1 guided visualization meditation for you on any topic you want and wanting to manifest into your life, or a habit you're trying to change, or anything like that. I will also give you as a second bonus that I will record a guided meditation. That's a $47 value that I will also give you if you decide you want to sign up for e-coaching. So that's a total of $397 worth of bonuses that you are currently getting, all for $497 complete. So if you would like to find out more about e-coaching right now, go to innergamemagic.com/e-coaching, check it all out, and get started today. And remember, life is not about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Go out there and deliberately create the life that you've always dreamed of, or the business that you've always dreamed of. I will be talking with you soon.